Hello and welcome to Newsfeed on Trust TV. I am Dorcas Yakubu Zallah, bringing you trending stories that people are talking about and sharing around the globe today, and also their opinions on such issues. Wike fixes roads but owes health workers salaries, says striking doctors. NLC criticizes federal government's 8 billion naira allocation to sensitize Nigerians on need to pay electricity bills. APC Labour Party back INEC on by-elections, dismiss Falana's proposal. California, New York, others sue Trump over birthright citizenship order. Now, top on what's trending, striking resident doctors in the Federal Capital Territory have accused FCT Minister Nyesom Wike of neglecting health facilities and workers' welfare in the nation's capital, Abuja. The president of resident doctors in the FCT, George Ebong, said though Wike has been busy fixing roads, he has abandoned government-owned health institutions in the nation's capital, with many in deplorable conditions. Also, they have challenged FCT Minister Nyesom Wike and Senate President Godswill Akpabio to use government hospitals in the nation's capital to fill the plight of public health workers and patients. Now reacting, one Ayodemi wrote, over 16,000 doctors left Nigeria in the last 4 years. The CMD of LUT said yesterday that if something drastic is not done soon, the health sector will be in crisis. Next reaction is from one Sims. Construction of roads allegedly empowers these politicians more than the hospitals and other amenities. The last reaction on this story is from one Slim JV, and it reads, actually, we need a law mandating all government officials to use our healthcare and education sectors if we are serious about growth. Next on what's trending, the Nigerian Labour Congress NLC has described as absurd the 8 billion naira allocated in the 2025 federal budget to sensitize Nigerians on the need to pay electricity bills. This was revealed in a statement signed by the president of the union, Joe Ajaero, on Tuesday. The Federal Ministry of Power had proposed a budget of 8 billion naira for 2025 to educate Nigerians on the importance of timely payment of electricity bills. The Minister of Power, Adebayo Adelabu, during his budget defense at the National Assembly on Monday, revealed the initiative, which he said aims to address the challenges of power theft, poor payment habits, and the protection of national power assets. Adelabu explained that the campaign will be conducted through multiple media platforms, including social, digital, and print, to reach Nigeria's diverse population of over 200 million effectively. Reacting, Ajaero said the ministry's demand was absurd, urging those in the Power Ministry and the Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission to reinvigorate the sector and save it from total collapse. Now reacting to that, one dude God's Time wrote, want us to pay bills when electricity supply is so poor. The same person wrote, 8 billion to pass information, why not use the money to help increase power supply? And the last one on this story is from one Omeke Christian. Please, this man should stop disturbing us. Be cool. You cannot allegedly sell your integrity and expect to be active or effective in the society anymore. NLC and some other unions have lost their powers in as much as this government is concerned. Next on what's trending, the major political parties in the country on Wednesday insisted that the Independent National Electoral Commission must continue to conduct by-elections to fill legislative seats that become vacant on account of resignation or deaths. In spite of INEC Chairman Professor Mahmood Yakubu's lamentation on Wednesday that by-elections drain INEC resources, the Labour Party and the New Nigeria People's Party maintained that INEC remained best suited to conduct by-elections. The LP and the NNPP rejected the proposition by popular senior advocate of Nigeria, Femi Falana, that INEC should stop conducting by-elections and allow parties to internally decide who replaces an elected officer who resigns or dies in office. While the All Progressives Congress called for wider consultations, the People's Democratic Party agreed with Falana. Falana had argued that since the votes scored during elections belong to political parties, the replacement of elected candidates as a result of death or resignation should not call for a by-election. Speaking during a consultative meeting with political party leaders in Abuja on Wednesday, Yakubu expressed concern over the financial and logistical burden posed by the increasing number of by-elections in the country. He called for legislative reforms to adopt more cost-effective methods of filling vacancies in the national and state assemblies. Now to the comments. The first one is from one Olarewajun Ogidon, and it says, Mr. Falana is very right on this and reasonable considering Nigeria's situation. Next reaction says, APC or any ruling party will always be the ultimate beneficiary of any by-election. Labour Party is obviously oblivious of the critical facts around by-elections in Nigeria. With this proposal, political parties can sustain their victories all through the election cycle. Tell me how any opposition party or candidate can win any election in a state that is being governed or controlled by another political party. But an opposition party can win with a popular and acceptable candidate in the general election, like the case of Labour Party in most of the states in 2023 general elections. But let there be a rerun or by-election for those seats. The ruling party will always overturn, and overrun the opposition parties. Political parties should be allowed to fill vacant positions in case of any eventuality. Party can now amend their constitution to envisage the scenario and then decide on how to deal with it. Next one is from one Israel Odu, and it says, we can clearly see that all of the political parties are mere jokers. Now, Beatrice, the wife of a former Deputy Senate President, Senator Ike Ekweremadu, has been released from the United Kingdom's prison. Senator Ekweremadu, his wife, and Dr. Obinna Obeta were sentenced by a UK court over charges related to organ harvesting. A source who craved anonymity told newsmen that Mrs. Ekweremadu, sentenced to 5 years in UK prison, returned to the country on Tuesday. Now to the reactions. The first one is from one Musa, and it says, at least she has seen where justice is being served, no matter your status in the society. Hope you will learn to live ordinary life here back home while your husband will remain with them to finish his jail term. Jason Cheesy is saying, according to stories flying around, I heard the boy betrayed them when he got to the UK because he knew exactly what he was going to do but needed to touch down UK first. The last reaction in the story says, this woman was just too good to be in this mess. I'm sure people that know her personally would understand better. Wishing you all the best, Ma. Now, a 35-year-old businesswoman identified as Edith Nwachukwu has been arrested by the police in Imo State for battering her 13-year-old house help, Kelechi Ejike. The suspect was apprehended on Tuesday evening, January 21, 2025, by operatives of the Owerri Urban Divisional Police Headquarters after the minor was rescued from her at the popular Relief Market in Owerri. It was gathered that the suspect had accused the minor of stealing her money. An Imo-based journalist, Chidie Bube Okeoma, who is the founder of the Stand for Humanity Foundation, along with some traders, alerted the police when informed about the situation. The police promptly intervened, rescuing the minor and arresting the suspect. According to Okeoma, some traders forcefully rescued the girl from the businesswoman who had inflicted injuries on the girl and was reportedly about to procure 10 more canes to use on her. He revealed that operatives of the Owerri Urban Divisional Police Headquarters had taken the girl to a hospital in Owerri for treatment as her injuries were severe. Now to the reactions. The first one says, why is a 13-year-old a house help? Next one is from one Z Paris, and it reads, if you have anger issues, please don't carry another person's child abeg. Sometimes these helps can be very difficult to handle. They will push you to the wall. But when you know you can't handle it anymore, please send them home rather than batter them. The last reaction in the story says, there should be a law banning these women from having any child before 18 years as house helps. Now let's go on a quick break. We're back in no time. Do stay with us. Welcome back. In case you're just joining us, you're watching Newsfeed on Trust TV. Now, a Lagos State High Court in Ikeja on Thursday adjourned the 1 billion naira defamation suit filed by human rights lawyer Femi Falana San and his son Folarin, popularly known as Files Against Martins Ose, alias also known as Very Dark Man, to February 19, 2025. The court fixed the date to hear a preliminary objection filed by Very Dark Man, through his lawyer Marvin Omorogbe, challenging the suit's competence and the court's jurisdiction to hear the case. The Falanas had dragged Very Dark Man before the court and demanded 500 million naira each as damages over a video he posted on his social media platforms, alleging that they collected 10 million naira from Idris Okuneye, aka Bobrisky, to pervert the cause of justice. The judge had, on the last adjourned date, October 14, 2024, ordered the social media influencer to bring down the defamatory video and comments he allegedly made against the senior lawyer and his son. Justice Matthias Dawodu had also restrained the self-acclaimed social media police from further releasing, publishing, or circulating any defamatory videos and comments against the senior lawyer and his son on all his online social media handles and pages pending the hearing of the suit filed by the DOA. The judge also ordered that all processes in the matter be served on Very Dark Man through his lawyer Deji Adeyanju. At the resumed hearing of the matter on Thursday, the defense counsel Marvin Omorogbe informed the court that he was served with a copy of the counter affidavit filed by the plaintiffs against his preliminary objection on Wednesday, and he needed time to respond to it. Next on what's trending, the Akure Division of the Court of Appeal in Oyo State has confirmed the death sentence handed to Ramon Adedoyin, the proprietor of Hilton Hotels in Ile-Ife, Osun State. Adedoyin's appeal sought to overturn the verdict of the Osun State High Court, which found him guilty of murdering Timothy Adegoke, a postgraduate student at the Obafemi Awolowo University. However, the appellant court, which reserved judgment on October 29, 2024, upheld the ruling on Thursday, January 23rd, maintaining Adedoyin's death sentence. The court dismissed Adedoyin's appeal, affirming that his conviction and sentencing were lawful. Adegoke died under mysterious circumstances in November 2021 at Hilton Hotel owned by Adedoyin. Now reacting, someone said, Timothy's only crime was lodging in this evil place. They deprived his family the joy of having a family, the joy of the children having a father. The audacity to even appeal is absurd. At least now justice is being served. One Kelvin Kurtz wrote, appealing to overturn a verdict. You took an innocent life and now you're asking the law to absolve you. In a just world, you wouldn't even have the luxury of a court hearing. And the last reaction is from one Sabina Walls. They will never succeed no matter how much they try. He must get the punishment he deserves. Timothy was someone's son, husband, and father. Next on what's trending, Portugal has indicated plans to increase the purchases of liquefied natural gas from Nigeria and the United States as part of efforts to reduce dependence on the already dwindling supplies from Russia. A report by Reuters quoting the Portuguese Environmental Minister, Maria da Graça Carvalho, on Tuesday said the decision was taken following sanctions on Russian oil and gas imported through pipelines. Quote, Portugal is now practically independent of Russian gas, but we want to reduce this figure further by importing more gas from Nigeria and the United States, Graça Carvalho told a panel at the World Economic Forum in Davos, according to economic website ECO. In 2024, Portugal imported 49,141 gigawatt-hours of natural gas, of which around 96% was LNG, data from electricity and gas grid operator REN shows. Nigeria accounted for 51% of the LNG deliveries, and about 40% came from the United States and 4.4% from Russia. Now reacting, one Luis Davido wrote, Europeans are using gas to power their country and economy. Black African countries can't even generate 24 hours electricity with gas. Look at Nigeria. Next one is from one Simon Oka. It is time for Nigeria to increase its LNG production to power the country's dangling electricity problem, just like the European countries are doing. And the last reaction on this story says, Nigeria government has to beef up security and intel fast in case any competitor wishes to do harm because of this. Finally, a coalition of democratic-leaning states launched legal actions on Tuesday seeking to block President Donald Trump's plan to end birthright citizenship in the United States. The two separate lawsuits involving 22 states, including California and New York, comes the day after Trump took office and quickly unveiled a phalanx of executive orders he hopes will reshape American immigration. Among them was an order eliminating the automatic granting of citizenship to anyone born on U.S. soil, a right guaranteed by the 14th Amendment of the country's constitution. If implemented, the order will prevent the federal government from issuing passports, citizenship certificates, or other documents to children whose mothers are in the country illegally or temporarily and whose father is not a U.S. citizen or permanent resident. Now, Pretty Otibo wrote, "Love a country that knows their rights and will fight for it." Next one is from one King Diary. "The executive order won't stand. I've always known that." And the last reaction we're taking on the program today is from one Sherwin Showcase, and it says, "This man is going like T-Pain. Not all sides of the mouth is used to talk. He's gonna back down on many of this." And that's a wrap on the program today. Do also follow us across all our social media platforms for more programs, news, and documentaries. Until next week, goodbye.